have to get started.
Yeah, tell him he can take the night off.
Let me tell him real quick.
Or you can call, I mean, that's an option too, I know it's not the best, so we've tried that before,
Mhm.
it's hard to hear.
Yeah, you can't hear anything.
Thanks, Ernesto.
No problem.
Okay. We're gonna call this meeting to order. Let me go to the top of my page here because I have to follow strict guidelines that Gene has set forward for me. Okay. Sorry. I was getting on here because it has the little links. Okay, so we're gonna do the flag salute. So I need Mr. Kaysen to come up here. And he's gonna take care of it for us, sir. Where are you going? All right, sir.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You're gonna go with this nice lady right here. I see both of those nice ladies and you know one of them very well. That's
Count of three, 1, 2, 3. Great.
excellent. I've got wrestling tonight. Thank you for coming.
Do you have to give us out?
What's that?
Do you have to pass that?
Oh, I did not do that. Wow. You know what happens when you remind them of that?
Yeah.
I already before it already.
I know. This is your last time.
You're going to the present.
Oh,
I like this delegating. It's kind of nice sometimes. Anyway. I'd like to welcome everybody here. It's nice to have people in the audience get to visit us with us. Oh, I guess I should go to this page. Gene does a better job of putting red on here and telling me what to do. Any additional deletions of the agenda? Nothing? Okay. Any public comment? No, no public comment. Okay, gonna move on to the consent agenda. I'd like to call for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we're gonna move to new business. Oh,
Under consent. This, you have a check.
he wasn't on, so I didn't feel I needed to tell him that he couldn't vote, because he's not even on. He's not here.
Thank you.
Director Stegman will recuse and actually be in a different state,
Thank you.
so. Yeah, Chuck's done. So, okay, so move on to new business. This is something we vote on? Motion to approve, oh. You guys all seen in there the resignation of one of our beloved people. I'd like to call for a motion to approve the resignation. What happens if we don't approve it?
Then I will just miss a lot of.
What
meetings.
happens to that? I didn't know we had that option. That's good. That's good. Anyway, I'd like to call for a motion to approve the resignation of Andrea Ortega.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
You owe us.
Thank you. I'll come visit and I'll sit out there.
Can you do public comment? We need to have it.
Yes, I will.
At least tell us
will.
something.
Just don't make me audit.
Nice. Tonight I'd like to welcome the high school ASB leadership students who will be sharing their report with the board. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Good evening, everyone. I am ASB President Santiago Navarro.
And I'm the Assistant Activities Coordinator, Surya Almazan.
For our first part of our report, there are adoptive family was successful. We had about 17 families where we gifts to, so that was pretty successful.
And secondly, we will be starting Coaches versus Cancer, and with that, we will have like a silent auction during the Grandview versus Prosser game. And there will also be a cash and dash.
Yeah. Cash
Yeah,
Dash.
and that'll be going on, and we're really excited for that.
What's cash and dash?
It's like when the basketball players, they go around the bleachers asking for cash, like just
Oh, yeah.
donations.
There's,
Okay.
the tabs up there and
Okay.
ask people to just do
Okay.
donations.
The winter ball will be happening on the 18th at the high school. It'll be hosted by HOSA.
And then we have the basketball playing today in Quincy, and we actually had a big win this Saturday against Sela, which we were really excited for that. It was a really close game and it was crazy.
That was great.
Yeah.
Another event that is happening this week, I believe, is wrestling on Thursday. They will be facing off against Ellensburg here, I believe.
And then we're gonna be doing like a hate speech awareness week during late February to like early March, and we'll also be having SAC coming and doing like a hate speech awareness, like kind of assembly for our students.
And also the ASP board is currently planning PEP assemblies for the 30th of January and the 7th of February.
And that's pretty much everything that we have for you guys today. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
On the families that you adopted, how did you find the families? I asked this because the company I have, we adopt families and we found 2 of them this last year, but I was just curious how you guys go about. We actually call the schools and get the
I
information.
believe
from the
Square
schools.
works with the counselors.
Oh, okay.
That's how they do it.
Yeah, I believe that's how they do it.
Oh, look right over here.
They actually get them from Salvation Army. And so there's different agencies that refer the families to different agencies. And so then she works with those agencies so that not one family is adopted twice.
Oh, very nice. Because we've gone through the Catholic Church a few times. Not that that's not a great organization, but back when we did it, they wanted you to deliver it to the church and they would disperse it. We would much rather take it to the families, and I would always take some people with us so they could see what that was actually like and understand it. Learning. So no, that's awesome. 17 is amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
congratulations. A lot of rapping. I heard you guys had a lot of rapping.
And
Yeah.
how do you fundraise for that? Where's money come from?
So the leadership class, everybody gets about like
5.
like 5 businesses that we go and ask for donations, and this year we raised like, was it like 10,000?
Nearly 10,000.
Nearly
8,000,
10,000.
10,000.
Yeah,
Wow.
so yeah, that's honestly one of like the busiest like months.
And don't you go to Walmart shopping and
Yeah,
hopefully they give you guys a pretty good deal?
yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And then they also sent out an email to staff, so a lot of staff will donate as well.
That's
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Great program.
Thank you very
much.
Okay, moving on, Mr. Darling, I saw your report on the thing, but you want to elaborate on any of it?
So, the beginning of the month, we had our coffee with the soup Monday morning and Tuesday afternoon, and again, we had some conversations about, topics that never came up before. One of them was about our policy around retakes, and if there's a requirement for reteaching before students are allowed to take a retake, if there's a time or evidence shown. We had questions around, one of the requests came where the district could not do any of the high school specifically could not do any activities Wednesday nights because some churches have their youth activities Wednesday nights. So Jose and I have been looking into that about how feasible is that. We know we don't have athletics typically on Wednesday nights. And so we're trying to figure out, Jose and I met with a church group before we came to this, and we asked them specifically, what night are your events? They said, usually it's like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So they had every night covered. So, but we told this parent that was something we would look into to find out kind of the some more information about behind that. And just a reminder, we had our study session last week where we dove a lot into the upcoming policies that we're gonna be monitoring for the next fiscal year. That was good. And Jose, will you take a minute to share about your presenting to the Senate Ways and Means Committee?
Yeah, so today I was asked to testify before the Senate for House Bill, I think it was 5280 with 9% success. So in the proposed budget, they're proposing to eliminate $6 million from that grant. And so I went on and testified how it's increased our on track to graduate. So when the research supports that when students are on track at ninth grade, they're 3 or 4 times more likely to graduate from high school on time. Attendance increases and behavioral also decreases. So yeah, I had the opportunity and the honor to testify today. So it was really good.
That's neat. Yeah.
He sits on a call for 2 hours and say, okay, Dr. Rivera, in 5 minutes, you have 1 minute.
Yeah, exactly. Literally 1 minute, there's like a timer on there. So,
After all that.
yeah, it's good. And then furthermore, I will be also submitting written testament. So I'll put my comments. There's a portal that you can go on to the Senate and put all your comments on there so you can go back and thoroughly read it because a minute is very fast. And
Mhm.
so it has all of my talking points and why we should continue to fund it.
But I had a
Very
couple of
good.
superintendents on there text me about what a good job he did. So thank you, Dr. Rivera.
Good, congratulations, good job.
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you.
So
Hopefully we'll
I'm
be able to
just,
Keep it here, right?
Yes.
yeah, sorry. So just a couple of upcoming events. I'll be at the ESD for our South Central Regional Meeting on the 16th. And then to piggyback off of what these two said, on the 23rd, Aaron Jones is going to be here. Cameron reached out to her after having met her at the presenting at
Remember who she
WASDA.
is? Yeah.
Yeah. And so Erin will be here for the whole day. She's gonna start the morning with the student, my advisory committee. Really quickly, she's gonna do 2 assemblies during the day, and then she'll spend the afternoon with them again. They're gonna kind of talk through like what the work they've done, what their vision is, and she's gonna give them some advice and poke holes in it. And so we're inviting the middle school leadership team up to be part of that work as well. And then obviously, if any of you want to come and
Is that on the 23rd?
on the 23rd, yeah. And this one, I emailed you the updated schedule because after I sent it to you, the high school revamped their times for the schedule. So the one I sent to you is the current one with the red on it.
Thursday.
And then, yeah, that's my report.
Awesome. Anything, comments, questions?
No.
Wow, we're flying through this a little too quick for me. I'm not used to this. We usually go over a lot more stuff. Anyway,
Next meeting.
yeah, next meeting will be a little longer. Chuck probably did good missing this one. Do you have your thing filled out? That's where we're at now.
Oh, goodness, already?
Yeah.
Gosh, okay, let's see.
you a while to fill it all
I know.
She doesn't want this meeting to end.
I know.
So just, I'm gonna jump to 15 real quick while Andrea's doing that. One, I really want to thank everybody and I know I sent the email out, but thank everybody for going to the thing that we went to last week. I think that was definitely needed. I think we all knew what we wanted by going with what we're going with, but how it was gonna work, I'm not sure any of us really knew. And I think sitting down and walking through each one of those like we did and seeing some examples, I think was a great thing. And I think it's gonna help us going forward. And getting some information from Rick. I would like to, and I'll probably bring this up in our halfway through the year meeting. I would like to try to bring Rick back after we're in this a year and do a little follow-up with him for a day or half a day or whatever we can do. Maybe we set up a retreat for ourselves for a day, but half of the day is with Rick, and maybe we go through some stuff and what worked good for us, what didn't. I think he would be a great asset for that. And just to kind of follow up where we are and revamp calendars, different things like that. So, but I was glad everybody was able to go. Another thing that I did since then is I went to, and I think I might have told you, but we haven't had a meeting since then, is I went to that inspirational speaker that Peyton Bonney had at the high school for the
mindset coach.
Yes. She was pretty amazing, only an hour, but there was quite a few people there, which was nice to see. Very cold in there, not as much heat in that room, but anyway, did a nice job, went and met with, she was here for like 3 days. Went to the game against Toppenish, met with a lot of the players and did different stuff. She actually played professional volleyball in Greece, I believe it is. But she played at Pepperdine and she played beach volleyball against Misty May and them when they were doing their Olympic run. So she had some really cool stories. She lives in Bend, Oregon. And so it was kind of cool. So hopefully that really helps. One of Peyton's things is getting the player's mind in focus with not just the physical part of playing sports. So, but it was the cross-country coach was there, the volleyball coach was there, boys basketball was there. There was quite a few of them, so it was pretty good to see. A lot of kids. Anyway,
I was
mean,
also
we
glad that we did
touch on
the,
any of it.
the
Sorry.
thing last week. That was,
It's not.
we didn't do it.
We didn't do.
No.
that was good, I think, to kind of, have get everybody on the same page moving forward. So we're all kind of the same spot. I think everybody was at a little different spot in this new process. So it was helpful for me. I know that.
Yeah.
It gave some clarification as we start to actually perform right at the policy governance level and everything and figure out what it is that we are looking for. So I think we got a pretty good idea for this first year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was good to let Rob and his team know what we're kind of looking for as a group, and then also for them to give input on, wait a minute, this is what it says, you know, I get both sides of it, so, but if we need to revisit our parts of it to give us what we want, then we direct that to make that happen. And I definitely want to look at, we talked about, and I know you weren't there, we talked about, I think it'll be, you would like to hear this, is how to bring a new board member on and having that packet, and Heather has said she's going to look at putting some stuff together, and then we'll review it as a board on how to bring a new member in and what to give them and how to explain this to them. Very helpful, I think.
It's gonna be such a
So.
different process than
Yeah.
what
Way
we-
different
yeah.
process.
Yeah,
A little update on the emblem or the thing that's gonna go back here. I came down and met with Rob for a little bit and asked for permission to talk to some people at the high school. Urquhart is willing to build the whole thing, which will save us whatever it is. I'm gonna provide him the material for it. My vision was, and what he's gonna do is do a rendering of this on the computer, and so everybody can see it to see if they agree with it. One thing I did not realize was the G with the dog going through it is the high school.
Yeah.
mhm.
Okay, so the G with the tail or whatever you want to call it is the district. So we're gonna do a G that's gonna be 3x3. The background's gonna be 4x5. And there'll be a background, and we're gonna stick the G out of stainless steel, and we're gonna stick it off of the backboard and backlight it, because we have power right there.
Okay.
And then in the corners, we're gonna put each of the school's emblems. We're gonna have those made and put those in the corners. Now that's 5, and we have really, to make it even, make it 6. I thought about, and I know we didn't talk about this, but thought about making another plaque with School Board of the Year 2024.
Oh, yeah.
And
Mhm.
putting the G in it and having School Board of the Year 2024. And that would even it out 3 and 3 on each side. So it'd be proportional.
Yeah, that's cool.
So he's supposed to build us I talked to Urquhart, he's gonna build a picture of this on the computer, colored, make it look like what he thinks. We can all look at it. Give input if we want to change some things, make some different things. Once we get that down, then we'll provide him the material, and he said his class can build the whole thing.
That's a great idea.
So they have a deal down there, they can cut the stainless out, polish it, and do the wood and do the whole thing.
And so the $500 will cover all the
Buy the
materials?
material,
Okay.
and then if whatever we have left over, we'll decide whatever we want to do with it. So there won't be any labor involved in it, and I'm sure, to be honest with you, I'll probably get all the material donated.
Yeah.
Cause Cliff will donate the piece of plywood, the nice plywood for it, and I'll get a piece of stainless from somebody. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, Rich or. Little
Yeah,
Valley.
we'll go Rob Rich's store, or I'll go to Total Energy or
It's being
something.
recorded, you can't say that.
I'm sorry. I will ask for donations from Mr.
Go
Iker.
ahead and say it, I know where to go to.
Mr. Iker. So anyway, I'm sure we'll get some donations, but he was very happy to have the project. So if you guys run into anything like that, his group is looking for stuff all the time.
Okay.
So anyway,
That's
Whatever
great.
happened to the sign that we were gonna put our stuff on?
Oh, we are having a
Shadow.
shadow box custom build. You're talking about for the Board of the Year award?
No, when we all got together, we were gonna sponsor something.
Oh, it was a t-shirt? The
Well, that
t-shirt.
was the
Oh,
t-shirts for
okay.
the,
Yeah,
what
that was
were
your
we gonna?
faces on the back of the.
So-
Yeah, what was that?
We did our donation. I
Yep.
followed up
Mm.
with Charvette and I had not heard back, and I don't know if she ever delivered it or didn't deliver it. I can follow up again, but let me ask Rob, did you ever get a t-shirt from DECA?
No.
Okay, so then I'll follow up and find
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
Actually, do that right now.
Yeah, we did donate on that and they were gonna put that on there. I remember that.
Mhm.
That's good. I forgot all about that.
I forgot about it too. I just want to say thank you. It's been fun and great, and I'm disappointed to step away, but I think the board deserves to have somebody who can provide the time that it takes, so.
We got the map out. We were looking at the map last Tuesday and looking at boundaries. Okay, where's where everybody at? And so everybody's looking.
I
So,
talked to who I told you I was gonna talk to.
Oh, yeah?
She can't do
Oh.
it right now, so.
I did not realize how far north it actually went into
Mhm.
that area too. So
Yeah.
I have a couple of options too. I was gonna at least let them know that it's an
Yeah.
opening now. Now that it's been, no, it's posted on tomorrow. It'll be posted tomorrow. So then we can start receiving people that
Yeah.
wanna see about doing that.
So, thank you. It's been,
We appreciated you on the board.
Yeah.
thank you.
I'm sure you're still here from us, don't
Oh,
worry.
and like, yeah, we'll sit in the,
I'm not sure you guys will think that after we look at this rating.
I gave it a good rating.
Oh,
Thank
come
you,
on.
Andrea, for your time though. I know it's a lot juggling career and with the kids and everything, so
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Yeah, I was,
Especially now that they're getting into more and more
Mhm.
sporting.
Yeah, and that's one thing I've never been able to. If it's coming between work and my kids or extracurricular for me and my kids, I can't miss out on their stuff,
It's
so,
important to be there.
yeah. So,
Well, I mean, usually high school is slow and boring, so.
Yeah.
I wish it was a little
And
more.
for you, it's double your pleasure, right?
Yes, it is. I lucked out that they aren't involved in the same sports at the same time.
Yeah,
I know, but you
they-
get both
you never get a break,
aspects.
you're like leapfrogging each other.
You're going to chess club and you're
Yes.
going to the gym and you're
Yes.
going to this and
Yes,
you get it both sides.
yes, yeah, we have chess next weekend.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the board of Yep, we'll do the board assessment, so, she gave us all goods. Agenda was well planned, the board follows the agenda, board members prepared for the. We didn't have to prepare as much, it was,
No.
Scott did this, did you do it last time? Yeah. The
Yeah.
last one, of course, we had all the stuff and he had to really get into it. Yes, we listened for 23 minutes very tentatively. But yeah, we got good thing.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay.
I prepared a timeline.
Ooh, Johnny on the spot.
Good, thank you.
I have-
Johnny on the spot.
Sweeney on the
I
spot.
have packets ready at the office.
We set when we met on Tuesday, we set a timeline as to when we want to see the stuff we have to
okay.
review, when we have to have it back.
Okay,
And we set that based on months. And then we also, we're gonna do a calendar in the middle of the year and set professional development, different things we want to do. We're trying to get top notch. We gotta bring
Yeah.
somebody new in here.
We're-
We gotta show them we know what we're doing.
they're going for 2025 board of the
Um,
Year.
Yeah. Did you guys receive an email from the Granby Herald?
Yes, we talked about
No.
that, or wait, before regarding the policy government.
Was it Granby?
Yeah. from
Yeah,
Megan.
Granby Herald. Anyway,
Yes.
not a big deal. I got it too. I don't think you got, did
I
you?
did not
My
get.
You did not
understanding
We
was
talked, yeah.
Dr. Darling and Chuck were speaking to.
Yep, so what I did, and I can't tell you guys what to do, everybody can do their own thing. I responded directly to Rob and said, do I respond to this or not? To let him know, because I didn't know who it actually went to, because but then she informed me that it went to everybody, but I just wanted to make sure that any response went through Rob before, to make sure we're all on the same page. I don't think she was looking for anything out of the ordinary or
She
whatever.
initiated this because I let her know, hey, this is something to celebrate that the board is working on, so that was the impetus for this.
Yeah, but some of her questions, the one question, was this something that they're trying to keep an eye on you? It's more like, No, that's not exactly at all. I mean, it's how
I
do
told
we
her
work
yes.
To
together?
be transparent.
Yeah, how do we work
Yeah.
together and how do we all, and show the community what we're doing, getting the community more involved? So Chuck did meet with her and Chuck said that it went good.
Good, yeah.
And,
She's a good advocate for the district.
yeah, and I think he answered some questions that she had that actually helped, that really made sense, that we were onboarding with pretty much nothing and now we're doing this
Yeah.
and so.
So will any other media potentially be contacting us? Like, did we share that announcement with anybody?
I only reached out to her. I haven't
Okay.
reached out to anybody else. So
Okay.
if anybody else picks it up, maybe their parent station parent entity might pick it up.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't get one.
Okay, anything else?
This timeline, then, this is where what we're at, and their meetings are here, or the meetings are going to be at the learning center
Aren't these are,
when we do the.
that is an open question.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
were
think-
here last time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we did them because we actually interviewed right here. They would
Okay.
sit there and we can do either, whatever you guys want to do. Last time I think we did it here, but
It was nice.
okay.
I met them out in the hall.
yeah.
The door was closed and then, they.
yeah, because down there they would all be in the same room and
A question, will we be having the awards that night? You know how we have the where we have the recognitions and everything, Amy comes in, is that the same time as that meeting? I think about the space when we have.
cultivating.
Let's see.
They used to be on different, like
No.
a separate night.
No,
It's
okay,
the second meeting.
okay,
It's always the
perfect.
second meeting. First meeting's ASB, second meeting's cultivating kindness.
Okay. Yeah, then we'll plan for here.
Like on February 11th is a 5 o'clock. We're doing part of that. So that'll be before the normal meeting. We also decided that we're going to, when we do get a new person, before the next meeting, we have a special meeting and do kind of an introduction with the person to give them what's going on. And then we talked about doing it after the election if we do have any new one. Really, it's set up anytime we have a new one,
Right.
because you can't just set it up for that, because somebody leaves, you have new ones
Yeah.
coming on. But we want to make sure we have a meeting with them prior to the next board meeting to kind of help explain, this is what's going to happen at the meeting, this is what we do.
Do you said you were working on a calendar for the year?
We'll set
Um,
that as a group, and we do that in the
Okay.
middle of the year, is we'll put the calendar
Yeah.
together.
That'll be the professional development that will be.
Maybe try to get a tentative calendar out to the prospects that come through so they know what they're getting into.
That's a good idea.
Because we could say, yeah, we meet twice a month, but then
Right.
they also need to know, well, we have study sessions here, we have development
And-
here.
At our last meeting, we talked about setting some tentative dates
Mhm,
and setting what the topics may be.
mhm.
So that way we have at least those dates
Yeah.
designated, and if we end up not needing the professional development, we'll just,
Right.
remove that date. But yeah, that way we have a better
Yes.
understanding as a group, and also
Yes.
whoever comes
Yeah,
in.
whoever's coming in, they need to know it's not just a couple hours,
No.
2 nights or 2 nights a month.
Yeah,
And it's not 30 minutes on,
No.
because the next
Usually-
meeting's gonna be
Yeah,
2.5
Blocker.
hours, probably.
yeah,
yeah, when we start.
because that's what Dale told me.
Sure, you
An
don't wanna,
hour, an hour twice a month.
you don't wanna hold off till after the next meeting and rate that one?
I would, except that's Nathan's last game
Oh,
and I can't miss that, so.
All right, anything else?
could I get a copy of that large, I don't need the mammoth size, map of the district of the different.
Maybe just. a
Did you get
certain one.
emailed the,
I did, but you can't zoom down enough to see the names of the streets.
oh,
Really, and even watching like, where I know this town, born and raised here, where everything moves and I watch it and I still don't know where. L is.
I'll print some more out because I printed some out. The problem is I can't do color more than 11 by 17. Chuck can, so I did send it to him, so we could ask him if he could
Okay.
print a few of them out. The other thing is, I think we talked about this. We actually want to blow one of those up about as
Yeah,
big as we can
post it.
get and sticking it on the wall out
That'd be
here
It'd be
great.
so helpful.
Yeah.
and have it color.
So helpful.
Especially
Yeah.
with all of the, it doesn't make any sense, the
Uh-uh.
way that they've done it. I mean, I don't know how they did it.
Says meandering.
I know, it's just kind of like all of a sudden.
The canal bank
Yeah.
and then a goat trail and.
Yeah, cause I'm looking at
I
the.
will,
thing,
I
I
will
can't
talk
tell
to,
at all.
I have a couple people in Tri-Cities and see.
one.
I don't think we have anything to print out anything.
We can do black and white.
No, I wanna,
Really
But I was
helps to
going-
have.
I'm
the
thinking
color.
even if we do it in 4 sections,
Mhm.
do quads and print it, and then we could put it together and then put it on a big
Mm.
sheet, put
And
it behind
that would
glass.
help so much.
Can't Staples do something? too
Yeah, that's
like
what I was gonna
that,
talk to.
or-
Abadan is an outfit that does all our copiers and
Yeah.
printers
Yeah.
in Tri-Cities. I'm gonna see how big they can do. And if we can get 4 printed out, then we can just put them together and then put them on a big sheet and
I've
put them
been thinking
behind
of having
plexiglass.
two out of Yakima.
Yeah.
When I was part of the booster and we did the posters, we did the large, I think it
Yep.
was like a 3x4 or something. They have the capacity to print large jobs as well if we ever need to, and they're fairly reasonable.
I can do 36 by 48, but not color. So I'm gonna
Right.
talk to Abadan, see if they can do color, and if they can, I'll have them print I'll do a copy of it to send here, and then maybe I'll get some smaller ones printed that you can just have.
So whichever size will want to be able to frame it though, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking doing it in quads and making it like
Big,
6 by
so-
6 or whatever.
Be so helpful.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Right? Oh, it'd be so
And the
helpful.
color is really cool. 'cause
It
then you-
Yeah.
really helps.
it's
Yeah.
blind
It
to what's out there,
distinguishes
you
it.
don't really-
Okay,
you.
anything else? Rob got a new car. Everybody needs to know that.
Has Rob
You can
got-
feel safe about Rob getting back and forth now
I got a car that's not.
for the
20
winter.
It's 10 years old, not 20 years old.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
You got
I'm
some
so
snow
close to
tires
being
on it
20
yet?
years old.
What's that?
You got some snow tires on it yet?
You drive fast enough, you don't use.
That is true. It's the stopping. Of course, tires aren't gonna help you stop anyway.
Set the cruise.
There you go.
As soon as I get out of Union Gap, I can
Yeah.
go back to sleep.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, adjourned. Hey, thank you for being here. We like to have.
Good seeing you guys.
No, no, the sale